Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance, and you are looking at a Lorraine 15550, the tier 7 French SPG, and we are on the south spawn of Sand River Assault, or rather the defending spawn, and the name of the player is Snooze666. Quite what that means I don't know, but that's his name, so we'll just call him Snooze. I think it's a bit of a mouthful saying it any other way. And battle's underway. Now these tier 7 French SPGs and the tier 8 one are quite nippy, very fast indeed actually, and they've got a 155mm gun which is pretty accurate. So if you get somebody with an Arty like this and they share the crew with the 105 FH 18B2, you can have a crew that's so on the ball they can lay that shot down very accurately, and they can zip about the battlefield from one side of it to the other. And you can see that Snooze is almost gone all the way across the battlefield, right down to the other end. Now, What Arty Noobs, we actually tell artillery players where they can actually sight their Arty to get the best results. And sometimes you have to be a little inventive and think of all the angles and all the fields of fire that give you the best results. Now it looks like Snooze, shouldn't have knocked that tree down, but I'm not sure that will matter much. Snooze is going to go to a well-trusted position, which is this little bowl. Lots of people use this whenever they're playing on a standard battle, but Snooze is going to use this on an assault battle. Okay, he's extended his aim, and there's some targets headed his way. The passage through E0 is a much favoured assault route for medium tanks, because they can shoot through there and then rapidly come around the bottom and then wind up and meet up with the forces that are coming down the left-hand side. But he gets a lovely strike there on the KV-85. Poked his nose up to see what was going on, found a T-150 and stopped. But that's the wrong move to make, because if you find there's tanks blocking your way and you know there's Arty in the enemy team, you are inviting a shell, and he got one. The right thing to do, the correct thing to do, would be to go down the riverbed. And instead he's got a fire, and his fire extinguisher went off. I think that's a premium fire extinguisher went off. Looked like one. So he's lost virtually all of his hit points. And he's going now for an M4A3E2. The great thing about the Lorraine 15550, it's got a pretty fast reload. Not as fast as the M44, but pretty close. He's loaded. Rounds out. Direct hit. 336 hit points. And a massive stun as well. That's the great thing about this Arty. It does produce more stun than the M44. If used in the right circumstances, it can actually generate a lot of stun assistance. Now, I think he's supposing that M4 is still there. It's just unsighted. Yet he's firing another round in, and all he gets is an explosion. So I think it has moved on. Now, we know that the KV-85 and the T-25-2 went down the riverbed, but he's looking at the position where the Tiger was last seen. Still can't see anything. Oh, there's the Tiger. It's been found. He's actually come up E0. He's going down that gully. So he's looking to see if he can get some. He's right at the other end. Rounds out. Oh, overshot. Landed just behind. Didn't do anything other than stun him. And the VK-36 turned into the riverbed and is proceeding west. He's going to have another chance at this Tiger 1 before it drops into the riverbed. It's hesitating about doing that. There's a lot of tanks in that riverbed at the moment. They seem to be trapped. Now, it would help actually if members of Snooze's team would move forward a bit to spot where they've gone. But the fact that the Tiger can't be seen means it's probably still in the dip, still in the riverbed area. Okay, you can see a Tiger 131, rounds out. Oh, it's pulled back a bit. He splashed it. 217 hit points, 3 critical hits. Oh, and they have seen the Tiger now. He's come up from the dip. Okay, and the thing is, now that this is threatening, snooze his position. But he is reloading. He might have to make a move very shortly. Almost reloaded. Anticipating. Direct hit. 233 damage. And he got damage assistance there for 472 when somebody shot the Tiger. I think he is going to have to move. His position is threatened if those tanks continue to head south. Okay, he's loaded. There's no targets in sight other than the ones which are in the riverbed, and he can't hit those. There's a red line extending from the ridgeline, and that shows that the ridgeline is in the way. But there's a whole bunch of enemy tanks sitting up here in this pass, and he can hit all of them from here, including the Arty. It's a long flight time for the shell, 4 seconds, but he's splashed them and done some damage to the GW Panther and the Cromwell B. Now, I don't think that GW Panther is going to be too happy, but he shouldn't stay there. If he's been hit, he should move. He should move as quickly as he can, because if he's been located, if you're hit by Arty, you relocate quick. And he's just not moving. And this time, he pays the price. 96 hit points, and he's wiped out. Unfortunately, the enemy is really close now. It's KV-85, I think it's KV-1. KV-3 rather, and it's just around the corner. But the enemy Arty's dead, so he's safe from Arty fire, but he's not safe from an enemy tank. If an enemy tank comes after him, he can shotgun him, and he does! 188 hit points. But that's revealed his position. The enemy knows where he is, but he can't do anything about it unless they come around the corner. And they will come around the corner. If they know he's there, they can't indirect fire him, but they can direct fire him. Is he going to back up and try another shotgun? Might work twice. He's loaded. And he does! And he kills the KV-3. 161 hit points. Great shot. Very risky though, because that KV-3 would have been aware that he was there and might have thought, I'm going to have to deal with that Lorraine. And he's very hesitant about coming out because the Tiger's there, the T-25 too, and I think there's a VK3601H as well. Okay, he's making a rush move. He did a hastily pass through that riverbank, or that riverbed, and he's cut around the corner. Now he can motor and get over to the other side of the map, because basically the eastern part of the map is occupied by the enemy forces now. And of course he needs to impede their progress towards the camp. And the best place to do that from would be from the west side of the map. Now, while he's moving, he's having a quick look. There's only 2 minutes left on the clock. 2 minutes for them to complete the assault, and he's got a Scorpion G in his sights. But it's a long way away. It's a 4-second flight time. He needs to be certain that the shell will reach him, and he hasn't moved out the way. Long lead, rounds out. No indication of damage at all, which suggests that the Scorpion did move out the way before the shell arrived. But that Scorpion does look as if it's missing a few hit points. I wonder if he splashed it. Did he take some damage? Okay, he's stationary now, and he takes it out. He kills it. That's his 4th kill of the game so far. So he's got the most kills out of all his team. Now he's looking to take on those remaining tanks in the gully. There's only 1 minute left on the clock, so I think it's almost a certainty that they're going to win, because there's so many tanks impeding the progress of the assault team. But the question is, can he score a lot more hit points? And I'm pretty certain he can. Okay, 2502. 25-2, round. Oh, hits the rise. Hits the ridgeline on that riverbank. No, it's going to be very difficult for him to put a round in there, but he's going to try. It's an SU-152 and a 3601. They're both coming up at the same time, so he can go for both. No, not a good idea to attack the 3601. The Hawk's there, but he does take the Hawk. He does take the 3601, but he's stunned the Hawk, and that may cause damage to the Hawk unless he can get out of the way, because he might get stun damage. We can look that, and the game ends just as the Hawk is trying to get away from the 3601. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats for that game. It's an Ace Tanker for Snooze 666 in the Lorraine 155 mle.50. He also picked up a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, crew incapacitations or module damage, and he picked up a Fighter badge because he got at least 4 kills. In fact, he got 5 kills. He also picked up a Bombardier. Now, I didn't realise he'd done this and picked up a Bombardier, but he did actually pick up a Bombardier when he fired up at the top of the hill and took out the GW Panther. He also killed the Cromwell B at the same time, and I didn't spot that at the time. I was so concentrating on the GW Panther, I missed the fact that the Cromwell B had disappeared off the screen. So well done indeed for the Bombardier. If we look at the team score, we can see that Snooze 666 got 2,513 hit points of damage. He didn't get the highest amount. The Scorpion got the highest amount. The Scorpion that he killed got the highest amount. He picked up the high caliber. But he did get 5 kills, which was the highest on both teams. And he also picked up base XP of 1,098, which was the highest of both teams as well. He fired 15 rounds, got 9 direct hits, 9 penetrations, 7 splash damage, damage of 2,513 hit points, of which 2,164 were at more than 300 meters. Obviously, the KV-3 was a lot closer when he shotgunned him. He also received or did damage to his own teammate of 42 hit points. That was when he attacked the 3601H and splashed his teammate. He damaged 9 of the enemy. He killed 5 of them. He did damage assistance of 984 hit points and stun assistance of 738. He caused 10 stuns in total. On a premium account, he earned 50,148 credits, but he was fined 1,038 credits because he damaged an enemy tank, a friendly tank, and that left him with 49,110 credits. And after ammunition resupply, he took away 29,910 credits. He earned XP of 1,647 and he received a personal reserves bonus of 1,647 too. So he took away 3,294 experience points in total. So well done there, Snooze 66. That was an enjoyable battle, especially from the point of view of actually shotgunning that KV-3 twice, and then that GW Panther staying still and waiting for another shell to hit him. I couldn't believe he was so silly to do that. He should have been straight out of there the first chance he had. So that was a really nice part of the battle. If you enjoyed this replay, please do give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully I'll be seeing you in the next replay.